Hello, everybody. I had to reset. I was outside and it started to rain. So just trying to reset now. If everybody wants to just grab a bolster or pillow if you want to sit on that for meditation. We're going to open with a meditation that's about 10 to 15 minutes long. So definitely come into a comfortable position. And let me just get this set up. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Just had to reset everything because it started to rain. So just trying to reset and get it figured out. But just coming into a comfortable position for you. Like I said, we're going to start with a meditation for our first, for the root chakra. So, okay. Happy Tuesday. All right. And let me know if you can't hear me or if anything goes wrong for whatever reason, because we know on these lives that can happen. So, all right. Okay. So welcome, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel, and this is going to be the first of 7 series sequence. I'm going to do one for each chakra. So, of course, starting with the root chakra. And sorry, I'm a little out of breath because I was outside. We're starting with the root chakra, which has to do with Mother Earth. And so I had us outside, but then it started to sprinkle and it was looking overcast. So I thought, I don't want to be rained on fully. So just hurried up and came inside. So if you'd like to come into a comfortable seated position, or if you'd like to lie down, it's up to you. This is going to be a guided meditation. I'm going to be reading from Wheels of Life, the guided meditation here for the root chakra. So whatever's comfortable for you to either be sitting or lying down for the next 10, 15 minutes or so. All right. So just to give you a little background also, like I said, I'm going to be doing a 7-part sequence series, so one for each. And just to give you a little background, a very shortened explanation of chakras, we're going to be talking about the 7 main chakras in our body. And chakras are wheels of energy that run along the Sushumna Nadi, which is a channel of energy that runs along our spine, so up and down our spine. So this energy that we have, this Kundalini energy that we have stored within us, we want to awaken that and let it rise up through our chakras and open up these chakras that we have throughout our bodies. So whenever we can do this by doing what we're doing now, a meditation, by visualization of the chakra, by yoga asana, what we're about to do, some different poses for the chakra. I have on a smoky quartz mala, a prayer bead necklace that I use during meditation, and smoky quartz is connected to the root chakra, so that also is just another thing to kind of awaken that root chakra, open it up. And just to give you a little background about the root chakra, it is at the base of our spine. You can also think of it as along the pelvic floor area. And whenever this is out of alignment, we can see it manifest as things like fear or insecurity or just not feeling like we have a place in the world, not feeling connected. So we want to open this chakra to feel that connection to Mother Earth, to others. It is connected to our body, to, like I said, the earth and rooting, grounding. So just really finding that connection. And we're starting with the root chakra because it is, of course, the first chakra, but we want all of them to be in alignment, and we really need to start with a solid foundation with the root chakra. So starting with that. So we'll get into it now, the guided meditation. So just coming, like I said, into either a comfortable seated position or lying down on your back, whatever is most comfortable for you to stay in for about 10 or 15 minutes. And when you're ready, you can gently close the eyes. And let's all take one deep inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And one more inhale and exhale. And if we're sitting up, just sitting up with a tall spine. If we're lying down our backs, just finding that space between our spine, finding a small tuck to the chin. And just starting to notice our breath and connecting to our inhales and our exhales. You're about to go on a journey. It is a journey through the layers of your own self. It is a journey through your life, through the worlds within and around you. It begins here in your own body. It begins now, wherever you are. It is your own personal quest. Make yourself comfortable, for the journey is not short. It could take months, years, or lifetimes, but you have already chosen to go. You began a long, long time ago. You've been provided with a vehicle in which to take this journey. It is your body. It is equipped with everything you might need. One of your challenges on this journey is to keep your vehicle nourished, happy, and in good repair. It is the only one you will be given. So, we begin our journey by exploring our vehicle. Take a moment to feel your body. Feel it breathing in and out. Feel your heart beating inside, the moisture in your mouth, the food in your belly, the sensation of cloth on your skin. Explore the space your body occupies. Find the front and back, top and bottom, and sides. Begin a dialogue with your body so that you may learn its language. Ask your body how it feels. See if it is tired or tense, and listen to the answer. How does it feel about going on this journey? You've been given a vehicle for this journey, but it is not something you have. It is something you are. You are your body. You are a body living in a life in this physical world, getting up in the morning, eating, going to work, touching, sleeping, bathing. Feel your body go through its daily routines. See the number of interactions it has with the outside world in just a day. Think about how your body has grown and learned and changed over the years. What has it become to you? Do you ever thank it for taking care of you? What is the world like that your body interacts with? Feel the textures, smells, colors, and sounds all around you. Be your body feeling them. All the sensations your mind might miss, but your body experiences. Feel the hardness of the earth in wood, cement, and metal. Feel its straight lines, its permanence. Feel the soft firmness of the earth in its natural state, with its trees and grasses, lakes, streams, and mountains. Feel its curving gentleness, its protection and abundance. Feel the richness of this planet with its infinity of forms. Feel its immensity, its solidity, and how it supports you as you sit in your place on it, reading this book. This planet is a vehicle too. It takes us through time and through space. Feel the earth as a central, unified entity, a living body, just like you, with an infinity of cells working together as a whole. You are a cell in this great body, part of Mother Earth, one of her children. We begin our journey here on this great body of Earth. Our long climb upward begins by going down. We go to support and stability. Feel this cord of energy as it anchors, settles you, calming you, grounding you. You are here. You are connected. You are solid, but you are molten inside. Deep within your roots, you find your past, your memories, your primal self. Your connection here is simple, direct. You remember your heritage, your ancient self as a child of the earth. She is your teacher. What is this matter that comes from the earth? Think of the chair you're sitting in or the ground you're laying on, and the clothes you're wearing. The tree it once was, the cotton in the field, the cloth on the loom, the workers that transported it, sold it, and sat on it before. Think of the things you have, the complexity in each one of them, and their abundance. Think of the financial abundance you may have. However large or small it may be, think of it as a gift from the earth. How does it come to you? What does your body do to get it? What do you use it for? Think of this money as a stream of life running into you and out of you through your hands, your feet, your heart, and your mind. As it flows through you, feel yourself in constant exchange with the earth. Let the feeling of abundance come up from the earth into your feet, your legs, your stomach, your heart, and your hands. Feel its expression in your throat, its recognition in your vision, its imprint in your mind. Take a deep breath and let it go down again through your body, through your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, belly, legs, and feet, and down into the earth, down below the surface of the earth, finding stability, finding nourishment, finding peace. Your body is the journey, and it is where you begin. It is your connection to the physical world, your foundation, the home of your dance. You are the place from which all action and understanding will arise, and to which it will return. You are the testing ground of truth. You are the ground on which all things rest. You are the earth from which all things grow. You are here. You are solid. You are alive. You are the point from which all things begin. throughout practice today, let's hold these visualizations in our mind, these roots and connections to the earth, this tethering connection from our base of our spine all the way down through our legs into Mother Earth, connecting us. And take a few more inhales and exhales on your own time. And when you're ready, gently blinking open the eyes. All right, I hope you enjoyed that guided meditation. Sorry for all the outside noise, but hopefully it wasn't too distracting. And let's come into a tabletop position. So on all fours, placing our hands directly underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. And let's just start to warm up the body by doing some hip circles. So making big circles with the hips all the way around from the back of the mat to the front of the mat. Maybe starting to link our inhales with going from back and exhaling forward. And just feeling this waking up our body, waking up our wrists as well. And let's switch directions, going the other direction. And bring any movement that feels good for you. So maybe even starting to bring small cat-cow movements into your spine as well. And then finding stillness in this tabletop position. And let's start to bring some cat-cows, some waking up our spine. So inhaling, dropping our belly and spreading across the collarbone. And then exhale, press through the hands, arching the back. Inhale, drop the belly, spread across the chest, bring your gaze up. And then exhale, pressing through the hands, tucking the tailbone. And start to do this, linking your own inhales and exhales. And again, finding any movement that feels good for you. So if you do want to move your hips, maybe find those circles again. Just see what feels good for your body. And then finding stillness again. And let's bring right hand up to the sky. So bringing that right arm up and then threading the needle, bringing that right shoulder down, right cheek down to the ground. You can always place the left hand on top of the right hand, kind of find more of a stretch across that right arm. And you can close the eyes if you'd like, just taking a few breaths here. And then placing the left hand down, coming back up. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to switch around. And then bringing that left arm up and threading the needle down. Placing that left cheek on the ground, left arm out. And again, maybe bringing that right hand on top of the left hand to give yourself more of a stretch, really opening up across that shoulder. And a few breaths here. And then coming back up. And again, coming into that tabletop position, making sure that we have our hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then let's bring that right leg out. So pressing that right foot back, really pressing through that heel. And once you find a stable foundation here, let's bring that left arm out. So finding some balance here. If you feel good here, maybe lifting that foot, lifting that right foot, And really spreading across, feeling like you're being pulled from that left hand and pulled from that right foot. Remembering to breathe here. Let's all inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. And let's place them down. And then let's place that left foot back this time, pressing back through the left heel. Again, once you feel stable, bringing that right arm out. If you feel stable here, let's lift that back foot and really spread across. Feel as if you're being pulled from that front hand, pulled from that foot, like you're pressing up against a wall with that back foot. Take a few more inhales and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale down. And sitting back into hero's pose, Virasana. If you'd like, you can place something underneath your seat, but we're not going to be here too long. But if you'd like, you can place a block in between your ankles, or maybe you can sit on a cushion if you had a cushion before. So let's inhale, bring our arms up, and exhale, open up to the right side. So finding a twist within that spine. So whenever we twist here, we don't want to twist too hard. We are using our hands to twist us a little deeper, but let's not push past any pain or push ourselves too far into a twist. With each inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, finding space through the spine. And each exhale, twisting a little deeper. Maybe looking back over that back shoulder, finding that twist in the neck as well. Let's take 2 more inhales and exhales. And then looking forward, coming back, inhale the arms up, finding space. And exhale, twisting to the left. Again, placing that right hand on the knee, left hand back behind you, using them as levers to help you twist a little deeper. Inhale, find length in the spine. And exhale, twist a little deeper, looking over that back shoulder. You should also feel a good opening and stretching through that neck if you're looking over the back shoulder as well. One more inhale. And exhale, untwisting, looking forward first. Let's bring the arms up, find space. And exhale the hands down. And let's come back into tabletop just for a moment so that we can come onto our bellies, slowly lowering down. We're going to find locust pose here, so Shalabhasana. So coming onto our bellies, bring our hands, palms facing down, arms next to our side. You can place the forehead down on the ground. And then let's remember to press through the tops of our feet. For this first one, we're going to leave our feet on the ground. Let's inhale, bringing the shoulders up off the mat, bringing the head up, and bringing the arms up. Taking a few breaths here, really pulling your hands back, engaging the back. One more inhale. And exhale, place the right cheek down the ground. Take a pause here. And then come back to center. Place the forehead on the ground. And let's just lift the shoulders, lift the hands. This time we can lift the feet and lift everything up off the ground. Engaging the thighs, engaging the back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more, lift as high as you can. Inhale and exhale. Let's place the left cheek down the ground, taking a pause. Maybe shaking out the back, shaking the hips side to side. And then coming back to center, placing the forehead on the ground. Let's bring our hands interlaced behind our back this time. So placing the interlaced fingers on our tailbone, where that root chakra is, and really feeling ourselves press into that. Engage the biceps here and lift the shoulders. And then inhale, lifting up, pressing the hands back, lifting the feet, and lifting as high as you can, really engaging the back muscles, engaging the thighs, pressing back here. So inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale, one more, lifting as high as you can, and exhale down, taking a pause here. Again, shaking out the hip, shaking out the lower back, and placing the hands down. Let's come into our first child's pose. So the knees can have a little bit of space between the knees. Arms can be out in front or more traditionally back behind you, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And let's just take a pause here in our first child's pose. Taking a couple breaths here, and remembering that throughout practice, you can always come back to child's pose. If you want to take a rest or just find your breath, you're always welcome to come into child's pose. And then let's bring our hands out in front of us. And let's bring our hands the width of the mat, so really bring them pretty wide. And let's turn the wrists out a little bit and really spread through those fingers. This is the position that we'd like to take in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So we really want to find that opening, that space in the upper body. So giving ourselves space by bringing the hands wider than shoulder distance. And let's roll those triceps down towards the mat, bring the biceps up towards the earth. You can feel that spread across the collarbone whenever you do this. And let's remember to keep this positioning while we're in downward facing dog. So tucking the toes and coming up into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, down, opening up the back of the legs. Maybe coming onto the tiptoes, really pressing back, bending the knees, and coming down. Just find whatever movement feels good for you. And again, really pressing down through those fingers, rolling those triceps down, opening up across the collarbone. And in downward facing dog, we're really working towards having our heels on the ground, but it's not something that we have to have. So really we want to find length across our back. So having a bend in the knees can really help us find that length. And that's really, I guess you could say, the goal here. It's not so much to have the heels all the way down the ground, but really find that length. And softening the shoulders away from the ears as well. And when you're ready, finding stillness. And let's walk our feet up to our hands, finding our first Uttanasana forward fold. And again, in this forward fold, the same as downward facing dog, we're really looking to find length across our back. So if we need to bring a bend in the knees, let's do that. Let's bring as much of a bend in the knees as we want so we can rest our belly on our thighs. And just release the crown of the head down to the ground. And maybe just shake it out here, side to side, swaying, grabbing elbows. And imagine you're being pulled by your sit bones, by the bones that you sit on right here. And just pull up towards the sky. Really open the back of the legs also. And finding stillness. And let's gently roll up one vertebrae at a time till we're standing in Tadasana. And excuse the sound of dogs and everything. All right, coming to the top of the mat, let's stand in our first Tadasana. And let's just close our eyes here for a moment. Really elbows rooting down into the earth through our feet. Let's lift our toes and spread them as far as we can and then place them down. That can help us really find that grounding, that suction cup onto the ground. Lifting the kneecaps and engaging the quads. And let's imagine lifting these frontal hip points so we can find a softness in our tailbone. And then moving up, spreading across our collarbone and softening these front ribs down as well. And then bringing the hands to our sides, palms facing forward. And finding that slight tuck to the chin. We'll always want to keep that tuck to the chin just very slightly so that we can give our neck some length and keep our neck safe. Now let's just find stillness here, feeling this connect. Root chakra, it is in the base of our spine and our pelvic floor, but it does connect to our sciatic nerve. So our sciatic nerve runs along the back of the thigh. And just imagine that. Imagine that connection from your tailbone down the sciatic nerves, all the way down into your feet, creating roots into the ground and into the earth. Let's take a couple more inhale and exhale out the mouth. And inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, gently opening the eyes. And finding the top of your mat. Feet can be hip distance or feet together. Let's inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward with a flat back all the way down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, circling the arms up, leading with the heart all the way back up to standing. Bringing the arms up and through heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time, exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank. Let's hold this first plank for just a few breaths. And let's make sure that we have our wrists on our shoulders. We're pressing back with the heels. And we have one long line from the crown of our head all the way out through our tailbone. And again, let's just imagine these roots forming, this time maybe through our hands. Imagine you're growing through the hands into the earth. If you need, you can place your hands down. Your knees down. Hopefully your hands are already down. And then let's drop the knees and slowly lower all the way down onto our bellies. And untuck the toes, placing the tops of the feet onto the ground. Let's come into a Sphinx pose. So bringing our elbows underneath our shoulders, coming up into this first Sphinx pose. And this is a good back opening. We already opened the back with our cat-cows. And with the Shalabhasanas, really working in the locust pose. That really works our back as well, of course our legs, but it is really good for our backs. So now we feel hopefully a little bit more open to be able to do this Sphinx pose where your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders, pressing down through the feet, really spreading across the collarbone. And just like in downward facing dog, let's press down through all parts of the hand. Taking an inhale and an exhale, and inhale and exhale. Let's lower down, taking a pause just for our back, maybe shaking the hips side to side to open the lower back. And then back up into Sphinx. This time, let's really press down through our forearms and through our hands so that we're lifting our hips up off the ground. So really press down, lifting the hips, engaging the core. Let's take a few breaths here. Your knees are still on the ground, but your hips are lifted. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more inhale. Press down as hard as you can. And exhale, coming down. Placing the hands next to your ribs, tucking the toes, and coming up into downward facing dog. And holding this downward facing dog again, bringing the hands a little bit wider than shoulder distance, really pressing down through all parts of the hand. rolling those triceps down towards the earth, the biceps up towards the sky, bringing a slight tuck to the, slight bend to the knees so that we can really find that length across the back, finding space. And let's inhale the right leg high and exhale knee to nose. So hovering in a plank position. And then inhale right leg high. Exhale right knee to right elbow. Inhale high. Exhale right knee to left elbow. Holding, really pressing down through the hands, engaging the core. Inhale right leg high. Exhale right knee to nose. This time you can really tuck so that you're arching the back, you're rounding the back, and then place the foot down in between the hands. So finding this high lunge position first. Let's find an opening across the left leg. Sorry, I have many distractions right now, so trying to find words without looking around, trying to be present. All right. And then let's place the hands down, come back into plank, and this time we're gonna move through our vinyasa. So moving through our vinyasa, meaning we can either place the knees down and lower down into cobra, or shift forward, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. And you can stay here, taking a couple breaths in downward facing dog. Let's inhale that left leg high. And whenever we inhale the leg high, we want to make sure that we're keeping the hips square towards the ground, not opening up, but keeping them square down to the ground. So exhale, knee, nose, keeping a straight back for this first one. And exhale back. Take an inhale here. And exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left knee high, left leg high. And exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale high. And this time let's bring the knee to nose, rounding the back, really pressing down through the hands, pressing back with that right foot heel. And then place the foot down. Again, we're in this high lunge position, finding an opening in that front hip, that right front hip. And just take a pause here. Maybe coming back to your breath, closing your eyes for a moment. And then placing the hands down, step that foot back, and move through your vinyasa. Lifting the right leg high, and exhale, right foot down. And let's this time drop that back foot, open up into our first warrior two. So let's notice how our feet are, the positioning of our whole body here. So we want to make sure our right knee is over the ankle. We can see our big toe whenever we gaze over that front foot. The back foot is angled in slightly, so it's not parallel to the back, but it's kind of angled in, and we have a strong back leg. And then spreading the arms open. We are moving towards squaring our hips forward, but then finding that twisting open here. Let's take a few breaths here. Finding your drishti gaze, whether it's over your front fingers, or maybe the tip of your nose. Or maybe you close your eyes. With each inhale, we're really finding length in our spine as well. On each exhale, grounding down a little bit deeper. Let's inhale Reverse our warrior, and exhale, circle the arms down, move through your vinyasa. You're always welcome to skip a vinyasa as well. Just listen to your body and see what works best for you. So coming into downward facing dog, I'm just switching sides so you can sit where you are. And let's lift that left leg high, and exhale, place the left foot down in between the hands, dropping the left foot, circle the arms up for warrior two. And again, let's find the positioning of the feet. We want our heels to be either heel to heel or a little bit wider, heel to arch. The front knee is over the front ankle. And a strong back leg, really pressing down through the outer edge of that back foot. And let's make sure also that we're stacked here, so we're not leaning too forward, too back, we're really stacked here. Take an inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, sink a little deeper. In life and in yoga, there's many distractions. So hopefully we can ignore the dogs barking, the people all around, and just drop into this moment onto our mats. Really focusing on that drishti gaze, whether it's over those front fingers or the tip of your nose, or again, maybe try playing with closing your eyes. Taking a few more breaths here. And inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, circle the hands down, moving through your vinyasa. And meeting in downward facing dog. If at any point you can always come into child's pose. Like I said before in the beginning, you can always come in child's pose. Let's take a few breaths here in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And let's inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot between hands. Again, circling the arms up, coming into our warrior two. Maybe in this warrior two, we sink a little bit deeper, but again, being mindful to keep our knee over our ankle. And take a few, and really roll that back thigh down, that back thigh rolling so that you're squaring your hips forward, but then also finding that twist on top. And let's inhale, lengthen the spine up. So hinging forward to extended side angle. So place that forearm down on the thigh, keeping this hand maybe on your hip. Maybe you bring it up. Maybe you bring it over. Whatever we're doing, opening up across the collarbone though. So rolling that tricep forward, bringing the palm of the hand towards the front of the room, towards the front foot, and keeping that good bend in the front knee. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe looking underneath that bicep towards the ceiling. Again, keeping a tuck to the chin though to keep the neck safe. And let's be mindful of that back leg as well, really pressing through the outer edge of the back foot. One more inhale and exhale. And inhale, coming back up into warrior two. Take another breath here. And exhale, circle the hands down and move through your vinyasa. And taking a pause here in our downward facing dog. You can stay where you are. I'm just switching sides. And then lift the left leg high. And exhale, left foot down in between hands. Placing that back foot down, coming up into our warrior two again. And again, maybe sinking a little deeper in this warrior two, in this second warrior two. And again, finding all the points, our knee over our ankle, strong back leg, feeling that connection to the earth, that rooting down. Now let's inhale, find space in the spine. Exhale, hinging forward, placing that arm on the thigh, and the right arm can go up towards the ceiling, maybe keeping it down on the hip, whatever feels good for you. Just play around and see what feels good in your body. And this arm that is down on the thigh, I do have my palm facing the ceiling. And then let's bring that arm up, that right arm up across the collarbone, tricep towards the front of the room, towards that front foot, and then bringing it up overhead for extended side angle. And taking a few breaths here. Again, finding that drishti gaze. Maybe it's down at the floor. Maybe it's up towards the ceiling underneath that bicep. One more inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come up into warrior two. And exhale, circle the hands down and move through your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. And let me just check what time it is, I'm sorry. Okay, maybe taking a pause in child's pose or downward facing dog, whatever feels good for you. Ooh, sorry. And let's all come into child's pose for a moment. So either bringing the arms out in front of us, or maybe this time bringing the arms out behind, maybe touching the back of the heels, bringing the forehead down to the ground, and just take a moment here. And then slowly coming up into a seated position. And we're going to find tree pose now. So our peak pose will be tree pose, and we're going to find this because I think it's a good one for the root chakra, because you can imagine being a tree and having your roots down into the ground. So really finding that visualization, using that meditation that we had in the beginning to find that that grounding, centering, calming feeling. So I'll back up a little. Okay, so let's do it leaving our right foot down on the ground first. So to find a really good solid foundation, let's lift those right toes, spread them as much as you can, and then place them down. Lift the heel of the right foot and kind of bring it back so you almost find a suction cup to that foot on the ground. We can bring our hands to our hips for now, and let's bring the left foot up. We can keep it on the ankle, and maybe this is your tree pose, and this is great, just being mindful here and keeping your balance here. Or maybe you bring it up to the calf, or maybe you bring it up to the thigh. Mindful to not jut this right hip out, but really engage that outer hip. Engage the outer hip of the right leg. Really ground down through that right foot. Maybe you bring your hands to the center. Maybe you bring your arms up. Just finding your drishti gaze, finding that point of focus that can keep you balanced and grounded. Now let's take a few breaths here. Really pressing down through that, but engaging that outer hip. If your arms are up, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe for these last few breaths, you look up. And then bring the hands to heart center. That left forward, taking a pause here. Still finding that balance. Still rooting down through that right foot. Bring that left foot out maybe. Hold it here. Engage that quad. Engage. And then drop the foot down and shake the legs out. Whew. All right.